Welcome back to Learn English at Ease. I am your host, Linda, and I am so thrilled you're hanging out with us today.
And I'm John. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be listening from. I have to be honest, I am barely functioning right now. I just finished my first cup of coffee like 10 seconds before we hit the record button.
I noticed you had that completely panicked look in your eyes, just desperately chugging from your mug.
It was a close call. The caffeine hasn't even hit my bloodstream yet, so if I forget how to speak English today, you know why.
Well, I will be here to rescue you if you do. But hey, before we dive into the details of today's topic, we do have a small favor to ask you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
If you want to support us and, keep improving your English every single week with us, please hit that subscribe button right now. It really helps our channel grow, and it means the world to us.
It totally does.
Yeah.
So please take a quick second to do that. And with that out of the way, let's get into today's topic, which is something I think every single human being on Earth can relate to. We are talking about the universal language of our daily routines.
Yes, our daily routines. And I want to emphasize why this is so vital for you as an English learner.
Right.
Talking about your day, like what you did this morning, what you are doing tonight, it is honestly the most common conversation you will ever have in English.
Oh, without a doubt.
It's small talk. It's how you connect with coworkers. So today we are going to break down some really natural vocabulary, some great idioms and useful phrases by basically just walking through a typical day from the second you wake up to the minute you go to sleep.
Because every day has a starting line, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how you cross that starting line kind of changes everything.
It really does.
Like, let me give you a hypothetical, or, well, not hypothetical. This was literally me last Tuesday.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Yeah. So my phone died overnight because I forgot to plug it in, which means my alarm didn't go off.
Yeah. The ultimate nightmare.
Pure panic. I woke up an hour late, and I had to just scramble. I was running around the house trying to make coffee incredibly fast, and I was literally drinking it while hopping on one foot trying to put my shoes on.
That is such a stressful image. But actually, wait, let me jump in right here, because from a grammar perspective, what you just did is a perfect lesson.
Oh, yeah. What did I do?
You just told a specific story about a crazy morning, so you naturally used the past tense. You said, I woke up late, my alarm didn't go off, I was running around.
Right, because it already happened. It was last Tuesday.
Exactly. But when we talk about our normal routines, the things we do every day, we switch to the present tense. So normally you would say, I usually wake up at 7, or I always drink coffee.
Ah, right. That is a huge distinction for learners to catch.
It's super important. Past tense for the crazy exceptions, present tense for the daily habits. But moving back to your extremely stressful morning.
Yeah, the frantic scramble.
It's the worst. I actually try to have completely structured, peaceful start to my day. I really need it.
Okay, I have to hear this. What is a peaceful start for you?
Well, I like waking up early, before the sun is even up. The house is completely quiet.
See, you've already lost me. Waking up in the dark. No thanks.
Hear me out. It's so nice. I take a moment to just sit up, take a deep breath, stretch my arms, and then the very first thing I do is drink a huge glass of water before I do anything else. Before coffee, before my phone.
That is very disciplined. Drinking water first thing is super important.
It is, and there's a great vocabulary word for that. Hydrate.
Oh, yes. Hydrate.
You can just say drink water, but if you say I need to hydrate first thing in the morning, it sounds very natural and a bit more advanced.
And it makes you sound like a health expert, too.
Huh. True. But, I only do this on weekdays. On weekends, I definitely prefer sleeping in.
Okay, let's pause there because that's another great English distinction. Sleeping in versus oversleeping.
Yes. Such a big difference.
Because when I woke up late on Tuesday, because my alarm failed, that was oversleeping. It was an accident. It was a mistake.
Right. You overslept. It's a negative thing. But sleeping in is wonderful. That's when you purposefully choose to stay in bed until like 9 or 10 on a Saturday morning because you don't have to work.
Exactly. Sleeping in is a luxury. Oversleeping is a panic attack.
That is the perfect way to describe it. But seriously, getting back to your routine, how do you possibly have the discipline to just stretch and drink water before grabbing your phone? The phone is right there.
It takes practice, I won't lie. But I try to think of my body like an old car engine.
An old car engine?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you have an old car, especially in the winter when it's cold, you can't just turn the key and immediately drive onto the highway at full speed.
Right, the car would probably break down. It would stall.
Exactly. You have to turn it on, let it idle for a few minutes, let the engine warm up. The human body is the exact same way. If you wake up and instantly look at a stressful email on your phone, you are forcing your brain onto the highway without a warm-up.
Man, that is a really good analogy. I am definitely the person forcing the car onto the highway at 90 miles an hour. Well, it's not too late to change. Okay, once the engine is warmed up and you are out of bed, the next big challenge is getting the energy to actually leave the house. We need fuel.
Yes. Breakfast. The great morning debate.
Where do you stand on breakfast? Because I know people are very divided on this.
I am all about convenience. I want a heavy, fast breakfast. I'm talking 2 thick pieces of toast, lots of butter, maybe some peanut butter, and a very strong black coffee.
Oh, wow. See, that would put me straight back to sleep.
Really? No, it gives me that instant burst of energy to get going.
For me, I prefer a light breakfast. I usually have a bowl of oatmeal, some fresh fruit, and green tea. It just makes me feel a lot more alert and light on my feet.
Oatmeal and green tea. That sounds very healthy, but also very time-consuming to prepare.
It's not too bad. But regardless of what you eat, all of these morning actions, eating, showering, dressing, lead to one of the most useful phrases in English.
Oh, I know exactly which phrase you were going to say.
Get ready.
Yes, get ready. It is a total lifesaver for English learners.
It really is. Because instead of listing every single tiny action to someone, like, you don't want to say, I brush my teeth and then I wash my face and then I put on my pants and then I make my bed.
Right, that sounds like a children's book.
Exactly. Instead, you just use those 2 magic words. You say, I get ready for work, or I need an hour to get ready.
Native speakers use this constantly. If someone is waiting for you, you just text them, give me 10 minutes, I'm still getting ready. It covers everything.
Completely. So, okay, you are fed, you are ready, and you walk out the front door. Now begins the journey to work. The commute.
Ah, the commute. My favorite word that represents my least favorite part of the day.
I mean, it can be pretty stressful. Are you driving in heavy traffic? Taking the bus? Maybe walking?
For me, it's driving. And it's usually bumper-to-bumper traffic.
Yeah.
But let's actually look at that word you just used, commute, because it's super versatile.
It is. You can use it as a noun. You can say, my commute is terrible today.
Or you can use it as a verb, I commute by train. It's such a professional, natural word to use instead of saying, my travel to my job.
Definitely. And another really natural phrasal verb we use for arriving at work is get to.
Oh, right. Like, I usually get to work around 9 a.m.
Exactly. We rarely say, I arrive at work at 9 a.m. That sounds a little robotic. Get to is so much smoother.
So let me ask you a question, actually. Since you have this super peaceful morning routine, what do you do during your commute? Do you just sit in silence?
Sometimes. But usually I use that time to learn something, and this is actually a piece of advice I always give to English learners.
Oh, let's hear it.
Your commute is the perfect time to practice. If you are on the bus or in your car, turn on an English podcast like ours, obviously.
Obviously.
And just listen. Or, better yet, practice repeating phrases out loud to pass the time. If you are driving alone in your car, it is a private classroom.
That is brilliant. You can talk to yourself in English, try out new pronunciations, and nobody is going to judge you.
Exactly. It totally changes the commute from dead time into productive time.
I love that. So we've survived the commute, we've practiced our English, and now we arrive at the destination. We are shifting from our personal time into professional time. The workday hustle.
The hustle. The minute I turn on my computer, I have a very specific habit. I always review my to-do list.
Your to-do list.
Yeah. I write down everything I need to accomplish, usually the night before, and I just read it over to set my agenda. It keeps me organized. What about you?
I'm a little less structured. The morning in my office is usually pretty quiet before everyone else arrives.
Okay.
So I use that first hour to just drink my second coffee, check my emails, and slowly set up my tasks before things get totally crazy.
That sounds nice, actually. Easing into it.
Yeah, before the other people at work show up and start demanding things.
Wait, the other people at work. Let's give our listeners a better way to say that.
Good catch.
Ah.
Yes, instead of saying the people at my job, we have two really great words.
Colleagues and coworkers.
Right. And there's the slight nuance between them.
There is. Colleague sounds a bit more formal, a bit more professional. You might use it in an email or a meeting.
Yeah, whereas coworkers is incredibly common in casual, everyday American English. If I'm talking to my friends on the weekend, I'll say, yeah, one of my coworkers said the funniest thing today.
Exactly. Both are perfect, but coworker is definitely what you hear more at a coffee shop or a bar.
So true. Speaking of coworkers, I have to tell you about this morning meeting I had recently. Well, hypothetically, of course.
Uh-oh. I know where this is going.
It was scheduled for 20 minutes. It dragged on for an hour and a half. We literally just sat there talking in circles. By the time it was over, my entire morning was gone and my brain was completely fried.
I think we have all experienced that meeting. It's soul-crushing. But this is exactly why I am so defensive about my mornings. I try to block out my calendar for what I call focus.
Focus. Okay, tell me about that.
The word focus as a noun, meaning a period of deep concentration. I protect my morning hours for my most difficult tasks. I don't check email. I don't go to meetings if I can avoid it. I just focus. Because your brain has the most energy in the first few hours of the day.
That is so smart. If you waste that fresh morning energy on a useless meeting, it's just gone.
It is. And no matter how hard you focus, you can't focus forever. Eventually, the body demands a break.
Which leads us to the most critical part of the workday's middle, lunch.
Yes, the midday break. Do you bring lunch from home or do you go out?
Oh, I usually go to the cafeteria with my colleagues to chat and relax. It's my time to be social and step away from the desk.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I am a huge fan of bringing a sandwich or a salad from home.
Really? You don't want to get out of the building?
I mean, I do, but bringing food from home saves so much money, and it's usually a lot healthier. Plus, I don't have to waste time standing in a line to buy food.
Okay, that is a fair point. But whether you eat a healthy salad from home or a massive burger from the cafeteria, we all face the exact same enemy about 2 hours later.
Oh, yes. The dreaded afternoon slump.
The slump. Let's talk about some vocabulary here because this is a physical feeling everyone knows. The word sluggish.
Sluggish. Such a great descriptive word. It literally sounds like a slug, moving super slowly in the mud.
That is exactly what it feels like. It's that feeling at 2:00 p.m., especially after eating a heavy lunch, where your eyelids feel heavy, your brain is foggy, and you just want to crawl under your desk and go to sleep.
We call that the energy slump. Your energy just falls off a cliff.
So what do you do when the slump hits? Because you can't just go to sleep at work.
Well, you have to use a strategy to recharge and regroup.
Those are fantastic verbs. Recharge and regroup.
Yeah. I love using the analogy of a smartphone battery for this.
Oh, I like this. Go on.
Think about your brain like a smartphone. By 2:30 p.m., the battery icon is red. It's at 10%.
Barely holding on.
Exactly. If you try to open a heavy app on a dying phone, it's just going to freeze or crash. You have to plug it in. Taking a 10-minute break to walk around the building or stretch your legs isn't wasting time. You are just plugging the phone in for a quick recharge.
I totally agree. And once you recharge, you can come back and easily knock out the rest of your projects.
Ooh, knock out. Explain that one.
It's a great phrasal verb. In boxing, if you knock someone out, you defeat them, right? In an office, if you knock out a project, it means you finish it quickly and efficiently. Like, I'm just going to knock out these last 3 emails before I go home.
That is extremely natural business English. I love it. So you've recharged, you knocked out your remaining tasks, and finally, the clock strikes 5.
The energy slump is conquered, and the mental shift back to personal life begins. the wrapping up phase.
Yes, wrap up. This is probably my favorite phrasal verb of the day.
Me too. It sounds so satisfying.
Right. It literally sounds like you are wrapping a present with a bow. When we say, I'm going to wrap up my work, it just means you are bringing things to a close, finishing your final tasks, shutting down the computer.
It's the perfect, natural way to say you are finishing. If your boss asks what you are doing, you just say, just wrapping up for the day.
And once you are wrapped up, you don't just go to your house.
No, you head home.
Let's explain why head home is so much better than saying, I am going to my house.
Well, saying I am going to my house is grammatically correct, but it sounds a little bit clinical, almost like you are a robot inputting coordinates.
Exactly. But head home sounds so much warmer. The word home carries a lot of emotion, comfort, family, relaxation, and the verb head implies a journey or a direction. So heading home just sounds incredibly natural and friendly to native speakers.
So we commute back, we head home, we walk through the front door, and then we engage in the ultimate post-work ritual. The best feeling in the entire world.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Getting changed.
Yes. Taking off those stiff, uncomfortable work clothes.
Throwing them into the closet and putting on a pair of soft, comfortable sweatpants and an old p-shirt.
It is pure magic.
I honestly argue that the physical act of putting on sweatpants is the official signal to your brain that the workday is legally over.
I completely agree. It's actually amazing how changing your clothes literally changes your mental state. When you are wearing a collar or dress shoes, you carry tension.
You're in work mode. You are ready for action.
Right. But the second you change into soft clothes, your shoulders drop, your breathing slows down, your environment tells your brain, okay, we are safe, we can finally relax.
Comfort is achieved. Which brings us to the evening routine. We have these precious few hours of freedom before the cycle repeats. How do we spend them?
Well, first things first, dinner.
Yep, and chores.
Do you cook dinner to relax or do you order delivery?
It completely depends on my exhaustion level. If I had a pretty standard day, I actually like cooking a simple dinner, maybe some pasta or grilling some chicken and veggies.
Cooking can be very relaxing.
It is. You're chopping vegetables, smelling the spices, it's nice. But if I am completely exhausted, if it was a terrible day, I am pulling out my phone and ordering pizza delivery immediately.
No shame in that. We've all been there. But I do have one very firm, non-negotiable rule about dinner.
Oh boy. The discipline returns. What's the rule?
Wash the dishes immediately.
Oh man. Immediately.
Yes, the second you finish eating. You cannot relax if the kitchen is messy.
I mean, I try, but sometimes I just want to leave them in the sink and deal with them tomorrow.
No, you can't, because if you go sit on the couch to watch TV, but in the back of your mind you know there's a huge pile of dirty plates in the sink, your brain will not let you fully relax. It's an unfinished task hanging over your head.
Okay, scientifically you are probably right. Visual clutter causes stress. But I don't have to like it.
Fair enough. But once the dishes are done, we finally get to our hobbies and relaxation.
Let's do a vocab deep dive here because these are essential evening words. Unwind.
Oh, unwind is a fantastic word. Think of a tight ball of string, or a spring that is wound up really tight. After work, your stress is that tight spring, so when you unwind, you are slowly loosening that tension.
Such a great visual. And then there's the word relax. But we need to explain the difference between relax, the verb, and relax, the adjective.
Yes, so relax is the action. I'm going to relax on the couch. But relaxed is how you feel. I feel very relaxed after drinking this tea.
Perfect. And one more super common evening phrase, hang out.
Oh, we use that constantly. Do you want to hang out tonight? It just means to spend time together casually.
And the past tense is irregular. It's hung out. Like I hung out with my friends yesterday.
So what do you do to hang out and unwind in the evenings?
Honestly, I play video games online.
Video games.
Yeah, that's how I hang out with my friends. We all put our headsets on. We play a game for an hour or two. We laugh. We joke around. It is the best way for me to unwind.
See, this is where I have to question you. Does staring at a bright screen with loud explosions playing a highly stressful, fast-paced game really help you unwind? That sounds exhausting to me.
It sounds counterintuitive, I know.
Yeah.
But it actually does, because the game requires so much focus that I literally forget about all my work stress. My brain is fully distracted.
Interesting. I guess distraction is a form of relaxation for some people.
What is your alternative then? What does the disciplined morning person do at night?
I am extremely analog at night. I really try to limit my screen time. I prefer reading a real physical book. Or if I'm too tired to read, I will turn on a very peaceful, slow nature documentary.
A nature documentary.
Yeah, like just watching penguins walk around in the snow for an hour. It is incredibly soothing.
Okay, I can see the appeal of the penguins. It's definitely a debate, though, screen time versus analog relaxation.
It is. But eventually, whether you are battling aliens online or reading a book, the evening winds down and the body prepares to reset for tomorrow. The bedtime ritual.
The great reset button.
Yeah.
Washing the face, brushing the teeth again. And this is a great time to use the phrase wind down.
Which is related to unwind, but slightly different.
Exactly. When you wind down, you are actively slowing down the machinery of your mind and body to prepare for sleep. You are turning down the lights, speaking more softly.
And eventually, you hit the sack.
I love that idiom. Hit the sack.
It sounds a little violent, honestly, like you are punching a bag of flour.
Huh. It does. But it just means to go to bed. I'm exhausted. I'm going to hit the sack. It's an older idiom, but native speakers still use it all the time.
But before we hit the sack, there is one conversation that usually happens in the evening. If you live with a partner or a roommate or you talk to a friend on the phone, they will inevitably ask you, "How was your day?"
Yes. And as an English learner, you need to know how to answer this naturally.
Right, because you do not need to tell them your entire routine step by step.
Exactly. If someone asks, "How was your day?" please do not say, "First I woke up, then I drank water, then I commuted, then I worked, then I ate lunch."
Yeah.
They will fall asleep. You need summarizing words.
Yes. If you got a lot of work done, you can say, "It was very productive."
If you are super tired, you say, "It was exhausting."
Or, my personal favorite phrase, "It was a long day."
It was a long day. That is such a good one, because you don't mean the time actually changed. You just mean you worked really hard and you are tired.
It's the perfect, polite way to say, "I'm too tired to talk about it."
Okay, so before we wrap up the episode, I have to ask you about sleep itself,
Yeah.
because you have this perfect morning routine. Do you need a full 8 hours of sleep to do that, or can you survive on like 7?
Oh, I definitely aim for 8. I can function on 7, but I will feel a little sluggish by the afternoon. But honestly, the amount of time isn't as important to me as the consistency.
The consistency, meaning going to bed at the same time.
Yes. I am extremely strict about my bedtime. I try to be in bed, lights out, by 10:30 p.m. every single night. Weekdays, weekends, it doesn't matter.
Wow, even on a Saturday.
Even on a Saturday. Because if you go to bed at a consistent time, your body learns the rhythm. You don't even need an alarm clock anymore. Your body naturally wakes up rested, which means tomorrow's morning routine starts perfectly.
That's actually very logical.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's routine actually begins tonight.
It does. The routine is a circle. And I think that is a fantastic place for us to summarize today's deep dive.
We covered a lot today.
We really did. And I want to give our listeners one final powerful tip for talking about their routines. We mentioned a lot of vocabulary today, but the secret to fluent English is using simple transition words to connect these actions.
Oh, right. Words like first, then after that, and finally.
Yes. Instead of just listing things, if you say, first I get ready for work, after that I commute to the office, then I focus on my emails, it connects your sentences into beautiful, fluent English.
It creates a story instead of a list.
Exactly.
All right, well, it is time for our question of the day. We want to hear from you guys in the comments.
Yes, we do. So, what is your favorite part of the day and why?
Is it the quiet morning with your coffee? Is it the relaxing evening playing video games or watching a documentary? Give us a quick example in the comments.
And remember, leaving a comment is fantastic writing practice. We read them, and it really helps you lock in this new vocabulary.
Well, I think I'm going to head home, get changed into some sweatpants, and hit the sack. Or at least go get another coffee.
Huh. Go get some coffee, John. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Keep learning, keep practicing, and have a wonderful day.
See you next time.